All right, both players keeping 7. We're ready to go. Important target myself. That gets a thumbs up. Yes, so during the matches, I don't really want people updating their spreadsheets. I want you paying attention to the gameplay as we break it all down. We dissect every game action on the stream. But after the matches end, and then I'm updating the overlays and stuff like that, then you could update your spreadsheets. That would be the appropriate time. Yeah, we don't have Eddie anymore. Eddie left.
Yes, sir. Your turn.
All right, Wasteland on Trop.
Ponder. You got it.
All right, Ponder for Reid. What is Reid's playmat? I have no idea. Does anybody know? Is that magic art? I don't know.
True. Your turn. I'll play this and I'll pass it. Mystic Sanctuary.
Somebody research like crazy and tell us what playmat that is. It looks like a forest. All right, we have some clues coming in. It's green, yeah. Delro's Secrets for Reid. Waste Mystic Sanctuary.
Pressure? Mm-hmm. Let me pull up my... I'll get a phone for the camera.
All right, thank you, Phil. Cracking a Misty Rainforest now.
And then I will pass.
Damn, you have an awesome collection, by the way. Thanks, brother.
Yeah, Force of Phil. Everybody loves Force of Phil's collection.
I will play this here, Tundra, and I'll cast a Life on the Loam targeting freelance.
Oh, no. Thinking.
All right, so Reid has fired off 2 Wastelands in this game, and now Loam might undo some of that, I guess. Targeting Mystic Sanctuary, Misty Rainforest, and Tropical Island.
Thank you for reminding me.
How many cards do you have? I have 5 cards.
Okay. Wait for one was good.
Okay.
Loam resolves, picking up 3 lands. And Phil has reloaded a bit here. Maybe going to have to discard?
And then I'll move to discard.
Yep.
I will ditch this Mark of Other.
Okay, March of Other... I don't know how to pronounce it. March of Otherworldly Light. Insectile Aberration has joined the battlefield. Attacking for 3.
Dragon's Rage Channeler.
Yes, sir.
Ponder and Surveil.
Yep.
DRC, Ponder Surveil. We know the power of the Surveil. Thinking about it.
Against my better judgment.
Force of Will thrown into the trash. Reid says, against my better judgment. Maybe going to regret it if Triumph St. Catherine hits off the top. Potentially. Or Terminus.
Your turn. Play this Mystic. I'll cast a portent, target myself.
Sure.
All right, Portent, target myself for Phil. Maybe going to set up some miracle stuff. We'll see.
Attempt a prismatic ending of your Dragon's.
Prismatic ending on Dragon's Rage Channeler.
I will pass to you and put the Portent trigger on the side.
I'm gonna cast Masters.
All right, Bowmasters on Reid's upkeep with Portent. Draw a card, trigger on the stack. Phil will take one. Then draw a card. Phil will take one more. Bowmaster's Orc Army Friend will be a 2/2. And no miracle off the top.
Right, you have
So
not
now I
drawn yet.
draw. Three.
Yep.
All right, cracking a Bloodstained Mire down to 19 is Reid. That's 6 power on the board right now. The glare is making the die a little bit hard to see, but the Orc Army is a 2/2. And here's a Dragon's Rage Channeler, so 4 creatures on the board. A Terminus would be good here. No Terminus.
I'm the crack here. Go to town.
I appreciate it. Yeah, well, it's like
Yeah, we just don't have dice on 90s MTG.
I'm going to Portent target myself.
It's just too much stuff.
Resolves.
All right, here's a Portent.
Play this drop, and I'll pass turn, putting the Portent trigger on the stack.
Portent trigger back on the stack. Bowmaster will like that. We'll see what happens.
Deal 1 damage to you. First thing that happens, right?
Yeah, I draw miracle triggers on the stack.
So you go to
I should be at 9 now?
9, yeah. Okay, and then you're gonna cast it.
I will cast it.
See if I want to respond to that.
I do wish that was the other one, the soul type one, but it is what it is. And then I will pass the board.
I'm gonna rotate my wasteland.
Gonna brainstorm and surveil.
That results.
All right, making use of the Surveil while Terminus Miracle trigger is still on the stack. Brainstorm afterward. Yeah, the Bowmaster trigger happens before a miracle is cast. So Bowmaster already did its thing. The Orc Army is right now a 3/3. Reid resolving a Brainstorm now in response. Terminus hasn't even been cast yet. The Miracle trigger is just on the stack, as far as I know.
Okay. Terminus is good.
Okay, I guess it was cast. Terminus resolves. All the creatures go on the bottom. Orc Army is gone.
And my turn.
So Phil has a Mystic Sanctuary available. That is actually in hand. And now is going to play it.
I'll target Marshal by the will. I'll pass turn. Bowmaster on the stack. I will brainstorm.
Okay.
Bowmaster is getting responded to with a brainstorm. You draw, which triggers Bowmaster and Miracle. Then the triggers should be put on the stack in active player, non-active player order. They trigger at the same time. So the active player there was Reid. That was on Reid's upkeep. The portent trigger put Terminus on the stack, right?
1 damage to you. Yep. Great.
And then before we leave, I will attempt to march this.
March of Otherworldly Light on Bowmaster now.
Okay.
Alright, that leaves the Orc Army all alone. Pass the turn to Reid. Attack for 1.
Yes, sir.
It's possible that was resolved incorrectly. We'll see what the YouTube commenter judges have to say.
Does not reanimate the ponder.
I'm at upkeep. I'm going to attempt a Cosmic Rebirth, targeting my Misty Rainforest.
Can I read that?
Yeah, of course.
During your upkeep, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, upkeep, casting Cosmic Rebirth.
Okay.
Is it okay to go to 6?
Yeah,
Before,
but,
still my upkeep.
yeah, you go to 10 and then to 9.
I'm sorry, yeah, and then to 9. Sorry, what do you got? I had a text.
19 still.
A Mystic Sanctuary, and I'll put the Terminus on top.
Okay.
Terminus going back on top with the Mystic Sanctuary. So it could be a way to remove this Dragon's Rage Channeler and Orc Army from the board. This is Phil's little game. Mystic Sanctuary, Cosmic Rebirth, Terminus. It's all happening. Casting a Daze to get a Surveil trigger. At minimum. Phil, of course, has the mana open to pay for it.
Okay.
I'll pay for this.
Alright, Terminus is good.
Terminus is good. Creatures are gone. Here's a Ponder for Phil. And that gets dazed as well.
Results.
Your turn.
All right, Rita's been able to reload multiple times and put creatures on the board. Plays a Delver. Did Reid not play the land? I guess not. Ooh, what is that?
Just bounce it back to you. Go ahead.
That was the blue bounce miracle? I don't know what it's called. Exclamation point card and the card name if you know. Devastation Tide. Thank you, Roberts. Devastation Tide. Return all non-land permanents to their owner's hands. Oh.
Yeah, I didn't think so either. Dredge. Flip over 2 Glorians and a Brainstorm.
2 Lorians revealed and a Brainstorm. Milled off the Dredge from Loam. Misty comes back with Loam.
Yes, sir.
It looks like Phil is hellbent. Yeah, the Devastation Tide with Beanstalk is interesting. Bounce your Beanstalks, replay them, draw even more cards. Yeah. The bottom card of Phil's deck is Thassa's Oracle. And then that's when the game ends. I'm just kidding. That's not really in there.
Delver. Yes. Your turn.
Another Delver for Reid. Reid has managed to play 17 creatures in this game, and none of them have survived. This Delver will stick around, though. Let's see if it flips. It will flip, revealing a Brainstorm on top as Reid. March of Otherworldly Light now to remove Delver. So it doesn't last after all. But Phil still is Hellbent. Nothing in Phil's yard of any value right now, other than Life from the Loam. At least as far as, well, there is a Misty Rainforest on the table, so Phil could get a Mystic Sanctuary, put something on top of the library, potentially Cosmic Rebirth. Yeah, we'll see. Reid resolving a Brainstorm now. Yeah, maybe Reid will play Bitter Blossom. You never know. Never know what Reid will play. Just comes out of nowhere with stuff, right?
Go.
All right, here's another Bowmaster. Phil will go down to 7 this time. Gets its Orc Army friend. Phil with 1 card in hand. Misty Rainforest represents a potential Terminus. Yeah, the March of Otherworldly Lights in Phil's deck are specifically for Bitter Blossoms that could potentially come from players like Reid. I believe that was a Mishra's Bauble in the glare.
To hardcast this Terminus.
So Terminus getting hardcast. All right, another board wipe.
Yeah, no, because I actually rely on
Bobble you.
playing 15 left.
That was a Mishra's Bauble. Took a look at the top of Phil's deck. Fetching an Underground Sea now is Reid. Maybe Reid untaps and drops double Bitter Blossom on the board. Would that be interesting?
Okay, draw from the bauble.
You got it.
Draw for my turn.
Doesn't really have Bitter Blossom. I'm just joking around. All right, here's Ponder. Looking for another creature to place on the battlefield. Phil has removed 27 creatures in this game so far.
Deal 5 cards.
Oh no, here's Murktide chat.
Sorry. I'm going to do that and this, choose my cards and pass the turn.
This is on the stack.
Yeah, sure.
I was going to thwart picking up these 3.
Okay, thwart on Murktide.
Just 4 mana, counter target spell, and you can
I'll
return.
cast it by picking up 3 options.
Okay. Yeah, it's countered.
Reid Duke did not come prepared for thwart. Nobody did. All right, here's Dragon's Wraith Channeler. Double Mystic Sanctuary return to Phil's hand.
I'll go to 4.
You picked up the Mystic Sanctuaries there.
I picked up 2 Mystic Sanctuaries and a truck.
Yeah.
All right, so fetching now for potentially another Mystic Sanctuary. There it is.
Rebirth or something.
I'm going to target Terminus.
It's a 3rd Mystic Sanctuary?
Sure is.
All right. Okay, yeah, you go to Terminus.
I'll attempt to cast.
Another Terminus. Incredible. Mystic Sanctuary, put Thwart back on top. There it is. Pass the turn. All right, another Murktide Regent for Reid. Phil does not have any. Yeah, so Phil does not have a way to remove this. Maybe should not have put Thwart back on top. I'm not sure. Game ends. Reid takes game 1. Interesting. Trop and Ponder for Phil here to start game 2. So so Phil had a hand of just lands. Die to exactly Mystic Sanctuary there, I guess. Dom says maybe a Brainstorming Yard was a better top. Possibly, but the game still would have ended, right? Or, well, no. Reid would have to pass the turn, and then Phil could draw the Brainstorm and then cast it and find an answer, I guess. That was an interesting call there for the Thwart. I heard Reid, I think, say, are you putting Cosmic Rebirth back on top? I don't know if that one would be great either. I don't know. Well, either way, we're here in game 2. Delver on the board for Reid. Flooded Strand getting correct. Yeah. Dom, you're absolutely right. Put Brainstorm on top, draw it, play your other Sanctuary, put Terminus on top, then Brainstorm and Reid's turn. Wipe away the Murktide. That makes sense. Yeah, that kind of next level me there. That's absolutely right. Yeah, Reid fought through a lot of board wipes and removal in that game. Force of Phil is in the chat. What's up, Force of Phil? Dead to exactly Murktide or Price of Progress. I don't know if they'd have Price of Progress in game 1, but that's true. Thwart was correct. I thought Thwart was correct, but Mystic Sanctuary in hand still to put back a removal spell following turn with Thwart back up should be lights out. I agree. I punted there though. I think the line that Dom brought up. Wow, my mic went out again. Sorry about that. So I don't know at what point we lost my mic. My mic. I think the software that runs the mic is just like not working properly. But anyway, the play of Mystic Sanctuary put Thwart back on top. I think the line that Dom V in the chat came up with where we put Brainstorm on top, pass the turn after putting Mystic Sanctuary back on top would be better. All right, here's Carpet of Flowers for Phil. We saw how good that card is in a previous match on today's stream. Reid doesn't seem thrilled about that. That puts Phil ahead on mana quite a bit. Yeah, it's a lot easier to make these decisions while watching and not actually being in the game because maybe Phil was thinking about... all right, looks like another Bowmaster went into the glare, unfortunately, but March of Otherworldly Light removes the first copy. All right, moved right out of the glare. Very nice. Okay, 3 cards in Phil's hand. This Orc army has 2 power.
Ponder.
Yep.
Like I would just still have excess duels that I want to use. No one can ever play more than
It's like also like one player that makes sense to like.
Draw.
well, it's like so they have days from everything has to be
I ordered the like 7 cards in the rare deck. We got an official count in from Roberts, who keeps track of this kind of thing. 4 Delvers, 3 DRC, 3 Bone Monster, 2 Merc in game 1. Mystic Sanctuary puts Terminus back on top. Pass the turn.
then I was like, I want to play Tuesday. So I
know what I played.
I can't tell you.
I know. Hold on.
Yeah, Robert's calling out YouTube to prove him wrong. We'll see. Attack it for 3. Fill down to 8. Terminus on top, as we know, could end the threat. He has a Wasteland available, but unlikely to do much right now. Yeah, Surgical Extraction, not the worst against Phil's deck.
I'll move to my second main and I'll add 2 blue.
Yeah, you can even do it in your first main, I think, because that's the draw step.
Oh, that is true. Yeah.
But anyway, 2 blue's good.
Yeah. I'll use 1 to pawn.
How many cards do you have?
I have 2 cards.
All right, so a mana from the Carpet of Flowers getting used here to cast Ponder, and a Pyroblast on that. Will Reid fire off this Wasteland? I don't know.
I'll use my second blue and brainstorm.
Now a Brainstorm.
That gets me around for a while.
I remember that was
Oh yeah. But you have to be a good player to play it. It's like the lines get really complicated. It's never.
Maybe Reid unsure what to do. Okay. Resolving the Brainstorm now is Phil. So the Pyroblast on the Ponder seemed like it was going to stop Phil's turn, maybe. Maybe. Mystic Sanctuary now, another copy targeting Ponder. I think, if anything, we saw in this match so far how powerful the engine in Phil's deck can be. All these Mystic Sanctuaries, and you know, if in game 1 Reid did not have a second copy, that was a second copy of Murktide to finish off Phil, it's possible, if not likely, that Phil finally stabilized at that point and pulled ahead, and the game would have ended in Phil's favor.
Yeah. Okay,
March of Otherworldly Light will remove this DRC, it looks like.
You have 0 cards?
I have 0 cards. I'm all dead.
Phil is Hellbent, which isn't good. There's a Ponder on top.
Pass during your draw step. So when you draw the Ponder, you discard and deal 2 damage to you.
Coligan's command on the draw step. The old trick. Discard your Ponder, deal 2 damage to you. Oh, man. These Magic cards, I tell you. I don't know what they're thinking when they make these cards. Nicely done. Is this version of the deck still on beans for Phil? I thought so. Phil is Brainstorm locked? To be honest, I kind of lost track, but you might be right, Sato. Yeah, the brainstorm happened. Okay, so there was that turn where Ponder got power blasted, then brainstorm happened. Then I don't think there was a fetch. It was just play Mystic Sanctuary and then sorry. So Reid took a look at the top card of Phil's deck and slammed a Murktide here. My game might be over.
I'm at 6, correct?
You're at 6.
All right, just a Tundra on top. That ends the match. Reid gets it. Good games.